Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining us on this MBL Seminars webinar. This is Holiday Entitlement, the latest changes. My name's Jo Marshall. I'm a freelance payroll trainer and consultant, so I work alongside MBL to deliver just some of their payroll training courses. It's just an hour course, so hopefully, fingers crossed, not going to keep you too long. I'm going to start off with a little agenda, of course, what we're going to work through in the session, hopefully just tying in with the course aims that you've already seen on the website. Starting with, of course, right at the beginning is the introduction. I would just want to talk about the Working Time Regulation 1998, which is where this real kind of statutory entitlement comes on board. Why is it there? How's it broken down? How's it supposed to work? So I'm going to start off with that, just so you've got the foundations, of course, for the course itself. Then I'm going to move on. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the legislation changes, which were introduced in January last year, of course, January 2024. So in there, I'm going to talk about, of course, the changes that came on board, but actually, technically, there were the things that we were already supposed to be doing anyway. So case law, just bringing all of that into play. So I'm just going to talk about what's expected of us, really, as far as the legislation changes are concerned, and a few hints and tips if I can give them along the way. The other thing I'm going to move on to then, of course, is the new options that were made available in April 2024. So just a few months later. And they are just for certain types of workers. So it's not everybody, it's just certain types. So I'm going to talk about what the definition is and how those two new options are at work and how they're available to you, okay? And then finally, of course, I need to talk about the future. It's the Fair Work Agency. You might have heard of these. It's all forming part of this Employment Rights Bill, of course, which will be coming through into play fairly soon. And they are going to be the new enforcement body. So as things like, things like national minimum wage, you're already aware of all these things, but how they will be incorporating things like SSP and holiday pay entitlement. Okay, so I'm going to dig into those a little bit towards the end, and again, what we know so far.